My name is Chintz McMahon, and I will be your master of ceremonies tonight. And I want to welcome you to Violently Happy, presented by Wild Zero. And I know I look so utterly stunning, but you didn't come here to see me tonight. You came here to see some pro wrestling, yeah? Who's ready for our first match of the evening? All right, let's get ready for your opening contest.
Ellis got the Harry Fry.
Chintz McMahon has set the stage and we are here for all the rage. This is Violently Happy, presented by Wild Zero Pro Wrestling. Andrew Mossbridge welcoming you in live. Wrestling fans watching around the internet at the Harmony House here in Webster, New York. It's just outside the Flower City of Rochester, and we have a huge summer of events for Wild Zero that all get started tonight. The Summer of Wild Zero. 5 massive events, including here, Violently Happy. Tonight alone, you're going to see 8 incredible matches, 2 for championships, including this one that gets things started. Introductions will be coming to the ring in just a couple of moments, but right now, trotting the square circle is Rise, Mr. Two Shades, and he is going to be defending that NWF GL Pen Can Television Championship tonight. Rise winning that strap last summer at a show at the Lux Bar, which is yet another destination Wild Zero will be paying a visit to. In fact, they've got a couple at the Lux Bar later on this summer. He was able to top price Pure Gold, but tonight he has a luchador to deal with. Crowd beginning to roar here at the Harmony House because they know the roof may not exist in just a matter of moments. These are 2 incredible wrestlers. We talked about Rise. Now you got to bring up Cazador Jr., who actually was really close to winning a championship last summer as well. At the same show that Rise was crowned, it was Cazador Jr. coming up short in a 4-way for the on-site championship. That would be Don Freeze winning that night along with Carmelo Lee and a cast of others, including El Announcero, who is, interestingly enough, absent from the in-ring announcements tonight. But of course, the lovely Chintz McMahon taking us through. No allegations against them. Cazador Jr. and Rise about to go at it. Let's go back to the ring.
For your opening contest, in this corner, we have your current reigning NWF GL Pen Can Television Champion. Weighing in at 165 pounds from Pretoria, New York. He's wearing 2 pairs of shades because his spotlight is just too bright. This is Rise.
Rise certainly has some bravado.
And in this corner, the challenger, weighing in at 190 pounds and joining us today from his villa in the sugar fields of Guarma, El Cazador Jr.
It's been a while since I've seen El Cazador Jr. He looks a bit more dapper than perhaps we're used to seeing the luchador out of the sugar fields. And either way, regardless, he can add to this fine dining look by bringing a championship into play. Referee Dane Johnson has the action for you, rings the bell. We are now underway here at Violently Happy. It is Rise, it is El Cazador Jr., and again, this for the NWF-GL Pen Can Television Championship. As the two circle the ring and Rise, oh, interesting, looking for an exit here. The crowd quick to let him know about it. All right, well, referee Dane, we mentioned he's going to be the one in charge of the counts, and you're hoping for a 1, 2, 3, but he's already up to 3 because, of course, this would be a ring out, and Rise is taking his time here. This would typically be a tactic that a wrestler would use when maybe trying to catch their breath. We haven't even gotten to a collar and elbow tie-up yet. Rise does return to the ring. El Cazador Jr. is begging for a lockup, and wait a second here. What is that? El Cazador, maybe he'll remove the top. I don't know if he wants to ruin this. It almost looks like a suit vest underneath, or what you'd wear underneath a three-piece. Okay, so, you know, typically in the crowd, you're looking for good guys and bad guys. You're not sure what to make of this. Almost in anything you can do, I can do better perspective, maybe. El Cazador Jr. did break that count at 5, and now they both go out at the same time. Rise has to wonder if he's looking at a mirror. He's going to get back in. Oh, no, he's not. Pulled out. El Cazador Jr. to get in. Rise stopping him. And a forearm in the first strike of the match belongs to the challenger. El Cazador Jr. about to slip in. Rise brings him out. A forearm from the champion. They have mirrored each other in the opening 2 minutes. As Rise, quick to the apron, on his feet. He gets clipped and down goes Rise. Uh-oh. And that can be a cutoff that can certainly change the trajectory of this match so early in. El Cazador Jr. is up. Rise stumbles to his feet. El Cazador Jr. to fly, and he thinks Hurricane Run and gets him. What a move as El Cazador Jr. slipping underneath the middle rope as a projectile out to the champion. A lot of counts, and don't forget that by El Cazador Jr. getting out of the ring to follow, he reset the count, and now here is Rise, thinking to fly. Wait a second, El Cazador Jr. waiting, second try, and it goes over the top rope. Talk about anything you can do, I can do better, and Rise showing he's a better trash talker too. Now he's trying to get some more money from the crowd. He's looking to collect a winner's purse here. Back to the ring, both competitors are in, and a springboard dropkick. Back to his feet immediately is Rise. I think the crowd is at times divided. Do you love him or do you hate him? But you certainly appreciate the athleticism. As a big kick to the side of the head, followed by a snap mirror off the bottom rope into an elbow, and down goes El Cazador Jr. Is it for good? No, he pumps out quickly, and the count of 1 says Ref Dane. Again, your opening match tonight, 8 incredible bouts, including our main event, the King of Zero Grand Prix, Anthony Green against Cheech. Meanwhile, in the ring now, Rise got caught. Super kick to the inside leg, and he'll be hung up on that middle buckle. El Cazador! What a strike, followed it by an enziguri, and you could hear the sounds of the flesh of Rise getting torn up, basically, with a forearm followed by the enziguri, but it was not enough to crown a new champion. Great tag team action coming up later tonight. We mentioned that Rise won this title from the investment price Pure Gold. You will also see him, a variety of wrestling styles and artists in the ring coming throughout the evening as Rise is being a bit handicapped, and this is intelligent maneuvers from El Cazador Jr. The left leg of Rise sending him into a corkscrew-like motion, and Rise is in all kinds of pain. Quick cover, 1, 2, and oh man, I'll tell you what, now El Cazador Jr., when he got pinned earlier, he pumped out at 1. You thought maybe the same for Rise. The fact that it took him till 2, almost 2.5, maybe tells you the kind of damage that's been done to the leg, and El Cazador Jr. is not stopping with that, driving his left foot into the ankle, maybe off to the side of the knee of Rise, who's brought back to his feet, spaghetti-legged, but a couple axe handles to the abdomen, followed by a forearm, make it to Three's Company, and here comes Rise. Irish whip reversal. Champion into the corner. He'll pop out. Springboard moonsault lands back on his feet, but at what cost? Oh, he was still able to catch El Cazador Jr., who reversed him into an armbar. Wait a minute, thinking Fujiwara armbar. El Cazador is going to quickly transition, and that's a smart move from the challenger. Say what you will about it, but a single leg submission applied. And center of the ring, Rise nowhere near the rope, it appears. Rise writhing in pain, but he does have one leg still, that right leg, and it's able to disconnect the hold. The job there is it was leg control applied from El Cazador Jr. Anybody ever ask about El Cazador Sr.? Right hand to Rise. Meanwhile, in the ring, a forearm to counter. They begin an exchange. Spinning. Oh, that was black mass attempt. Now they both go to kick each other, and they both connect in an awkward motion as challenger and champion spill to the outside on opposite ends of the ring. Dane keeping an eye on both competitors. Rise, you can see on the corner of your screen, he's going to come over, and El Cazador meets him. Oh my! Double big boot, double down. Both competitors may be knocked out. There has been so much doppelganger syndrome throughout this match. Each one trying to mimic the other. Rise, a high-flying aerial style, matched with El Cazador Jr.'s attempts. They both played a little bit of mind games. I think the one thing, and you have to give credit to the challenger, often not somebody who's going to get an advantage. By the way, count as it 8, 9? 9, this could be end. Oh no. And they both are able to get back in. I don't know. I think Rise would have, I want to believe he would have retained that championship had it been the double countout. But he is stumbling to his feet. Now he was holding his stomach a bit, and now they just rock him, sock him, hockey style, like it's downtown at Blue Cross Arena. Big kick to the head, follows it with another kick to the stomach. Rise sending a flurry of combos. Hurricane Rana stopped by El Cazador Jr. Reverse! Oh, and he goes down. Champion looking to retain two, and kicking out is El Cazador Jr. Oh my goodness, what incredible action in the opener. He's trying to, it seemed like he may win some fans over now. Crowd is into it. Rise has the challenger set up, and instead, he is the one caught. Super kick. El Cazador with a drop kick. And down to the seated position on the near side is Rise. Again, NWFGL Penn Television Championship is on the line. El Cazador Jr., a spinning roundhouse to the chin. And on Dream Street, maybe Rise. Snapmare off the rope. Elbow. We saw this earlier in the match. Is that enough? Egotistical pin cannot get the job done. And you wonder if El Cazador Jr. is now ticked off, but I think the only person he should be mad at isn't the ref he just pointed to, it's himself. That kind of pin, no effort, and it requires a minimal in return to get an arm or leg up, which Rouse was able to do, but he cannot get up fully as El Cazador flares up there to the top turnbuckle. He got caught. Oh, he got caught with a leg. Big kick from Rise, and now he's going to pretzel the legs of El Cazador Jr. in the turnbuckle. What does Rise have in mind? Springboard, dropping the boots into the mush of El Cazador. Champion is going to retain in the opener, and somehow, you gotta be kidding me. El Cazador Jr. getting the shoulder up. That is incredible. How did El Cazador Jr. keep this match going? Rise going up top. Perhaps the match remains only for a moment, but Rise misses. A big moonsault. He was as high as the sun. He wears two shades to protect himself from, and Rise landed stomach first. Maybe even got part of his face on that mat. He looks, I mean, now he's just now moving. I don't know. Rise may have knocked himself out. This might be serious here. El Cazador Jr. is not going to waste the moment. He drops it. Oh, wait a minute. Rise reversed. And then El Cazador Jr. reverses, dropping Rise on his back. That could be it, and we could have a new champion coming up. El Cazador Jr. getting the crowd into it. He runs toward Rise. Rise reversing. Oh, what a backbreaker. Spinning out, and the lower spine of El Cazador Jr. gets rocked. He comes up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Oh, a neck breaker from Rise. And I can't even believe El Cazador Jr. is moving now. This is all of a sudden quite the turn. Rise has him across the ring, slings himself into the chest. That may have even caught the throat of El Cazador Jr. And the champion throwing off the armband, signaling the end. To the skies goes Rise, and he retains the championship. What a match. And Rise with some verbal jabs to El Cazador Jr. and then wipes the ring with him. Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, this is the thing with Rise. He's got an ego, and you know that. But you have to give credit where credit is due, because this young man can back it up. He comes in exceptional shape, and boy, he can act like that was an easy win. It certainly did not appear that way. Several instances where we thought El Cazador Jr. was going to win the championship, but in the first of our two title bouts tonight, it is the champion retaining. Rise still the NWF GL Pen Can television champion. Cazador Jr. going to be helped to the back after an incredible bout. And again, that was just the tip of the iceberg here tonight as we go back to the ring.
How we feeling after our first match? So exciting. I know I have to remain professional, but I couldn't help myself. Over there in the corner. Anyway, who's ready for some tag team action? Your next contest is a four-way tag team contest. Let's welcome our first team to the ring.
Oh, we know what that music means. Well, these two certainly know how to let it rock. The Scoop, Scott Richards, Julian Jules. They've been a tag team for a couple of years now, and they are going to be part of a four-way tag team matchup as we go from 2 to 8 in the ring. An opportunity to gain some ground in the tag team sphere, if you will, and it's certainly worthwhile mentioning because, as we talked about it earlier, the summer of Wild Zero beginning now. You look to August, the Dunn & Marcos Cup coming back to the Flower City. High Seas, who we'll see in action later on tonight. They were the winners of that tournament and taking home the trophy last year. Can Let It Rock be an underdog story in the summer of 2026?
Keep it going. We've got 3 more teams coming for you.
Well, from one team that you've seen before to one group that don't look like you should be allowed to see them on the streets. I'll tell you what, here's the thing. The outsider, Will Carroll, who is bringing Dexter Sawyer and Harley Barker to the ring. If you don't know anything about these two, these are just a couple of the creatures and creations that a guy like only Will Carroll finds a way to contain, and he was barely able to keep Barker from getting out into the front row here at the ringside, but we saw these two recently lay waste to a couple of wrestlers, including the Young Boys. If you follow over on Ground Zero, it was Chapter 9 where the Young Boys were dismantled by these two. You want to call them men? They look like beasts. They look like monsters. Chintz was trying to even get that introduction out, and we could barely even get it because of, I think, Harley Barker was about to go nuts here. But what you are looking at is a very dynamic team, perhaps one we haven't seen as much lately. These are guys, who was that, these are Zay Garcia and Vic Vice, known as BAX. And Zay is the larger gentleman in the ring. Vice behind him, and now more toward the outside of your screen. Referee Chris Eagley has the tough assignment of drawing a match like this to try and contain 4 teams and 8 competitors. I think through the first 3 squads, we've seen quite different personalities. And I'll tell you, we did talk about what happened at Ground Zero Chapter 9. That was with Dexter Sawyer and Harley Barker. Well, now they will potentially get their comeuppance. The final team makes their way to the ring. Billy Rivers and Just Josh being accompanied to the ring by Nico Pop. Of course, the Young Boys trying to get their album to go platinum. Nico Pop, confident in his belief to get them to the top of the hip-hop charts. As, well, again, this is a 4-way tag match. That's 2 aside. I'm not sure what Nico Pop is doing in the ring right now. He wants to have some mic time.
Well, that is the iTunes preview. We don't need to keep playing. For those of you on the layout, my name is Nico Papadopoulos. You may know me as Nico Pop. I am the most illustrious talent agent on the East Coast. And I have for you the hottest up-and-coming rap group that you have ever seen.
Wait, did you just say the Nico boy shuffle? What did he? The shuffle?
Young boys about to spit. I need y'all to feel me. We don't trust these hoes. No Diane Rossini. You train from the inside like Nancy Pelosi. Is that your mom's? I think she should blow me.
Okay, all right, and thank you, Scoop. Billy Rivers goes down, just like his album on the SoundCloud charts, because we know there's damn well no chance that either of these guys are making Spotify. Anyway, our match, I think, has begun. I don't know if the bell rang or not, but here we go. Four-way tag team action, and watch out, it is Dexter Sawyer. Both members of Let It Rock going to try and take him out, and they're going to take the top rope. Down goes Sawyer, spilling to the outside. Watch out, here's the Feral Pig. Julian Jules eats a plate of pork chops, and Scoop Richards coming after Barker as well, and he gets him with an insecurity. All right, Let It Rock are letting it unload as Richards goes flying into the corner, drives the knee into the face of Barker. He's probably got him by the pig collar for a second there, as Julian Jules is waiting, and a nice double knees set to the face of Barker. This is one fall to a finish. Just a reminder, folks, so on the outside you see BAX just sitting there. Jules moonsault in. I can tell there. Well, here's just Josh coming in the ring. Out goes Jules either way. So a reminder here with a four-way tag team match. Again, it's 4 teams of 2, but you can tag into somebody else, and all of a sudden you become a part of the match. Meanwhile, here's Vic Weiss, who did not tag in. His buddy Zay is there to help out. Big Zay Garcia, and he's looking after Billy. Got a piece of him, holds him into the corner for a big insecurity to the side of Billy's chin. That may cost him luck, though. He may not be able to wrap anytime soon. And Josh's tag team partner in crime on the discs may have missed a spinal disc there as he got caught up high. Here comes BAX, and they're just letting it rain on the young boys. For a quick cover, this could be it. Count of 2, and it's broken up by Barker. Again, one fall to a finish, so Harley Barker not part of that team, but needing to end things there as he hits a kitchen sink. Down goes Weiss. Elbow drop to follow. Dexter Sawyer coming in, looking to help out. Atomic drop, followed by a lariat to the back of the head of Zay. We have the creatures of the night from the outsider, Will Carroll, as Scoop Richards trying to come in, looking to get things going. I think he's getting bit. I think Scoop is getting bit, and he's trying to take a piece of the skin out. Jules trying to help out. Sawyer not going to let it go. And you got to keep an eye on Scoop now. Hopefully he's okay. Still in one piece. I think there's a part of him that's in the mouth of the Feral Pig. Big splash into the corner. Down goes Scoop, and oh, he's going to eat a pig face. He's going to eat a pig face, and Scoop thankfully is tilting his head to the side as this is all Sawyer and Barker. That is an elongated stink face, and I think that's got to be one of the worst pig pens Scoop's ever been in. Meanwhile, on the outside, Billy eats a suplex. The thud to the outside. You may not be able to see it, but you can certainly hear it as Sawyer is keeping his eyes maybe on an area he shouldn't as he gets caught. What a splash to the back of Dexter Sawyer. Thank you, Zay Garcia. Garcia picking Sawyer up now. A couple of bodies out there. Wait a minute, here comes Jules. Let's it rock! Jules flying, and it's not over. The Scoop, Scott Richards, to the rafters. Richards flies. And the crowd firmly behind Let It Rock. And somehow we're going to keep going. Here comes Weiss. Oh no, he got cut off. Just Josh, again, that's his name, Just Josh. Stopping him. Wait a minute, what is Josh thinking? There's a pile of bodies on the outside. Josh just trust falls his way into a herd of wrestlers. caught up by his teammate Billy. Vic Weiss is thinking of a second try to the outside. There's no need for a ring canvas. Everybody is flying! Over the top rope, sent on to the outside. Oh, and into the ring post. Uh-oh, Vic Weiss feeding off the crowd a little too much, and it was Rivers there to stop him in his tracks. All right, the young boys, both on the apron. Scott Richards, one of the many to fly to the outside, is back in the ring. It is Richards, it is Rivers, and they continue now as the jabs back and forth. Max able to break up one. Discus forearm from Billy Rivers. To the rope goes Richards, and he drives the knee into the chin of Billy, who may be on Dream Street. He's going to stop him, turn him, thinking on prettier, and he caught Richards right on the button, top of his forehead. May have left a dent in the mat, and the young boys are in control right now with Nico Pop watching on the outside in green. Running the ropes was Rivers, he got caught. Cutter from Richards. Billy maybe a little too confident, and now Josh coming into his teammate's aid, and it is Josh being picked up. As Scoop gives him the scoop, and now here is Jules. Oh my goodness! From a standing motion shooting star, and they couldn't get it done as the pin is broken up by the feral pig, who gets rocked by Let It Rock. Big super kick there from the Scoop. Early in this match, it was Let It Rock against Dexter Sawyer in the ring, and I think Scoop realizes who may be behind him. Scoop gonna try and fight, and he's gonna get dropped. Uranagi to Scoop. Turning, now it's Jules. Rainmaker! Picked up, and a bit of an unorthodox a kiss, a smooching between Sawyer and Barker, but his sister Abigail was hit and then broken up at 2, as it looked like that was the end of the match. And now, once again, Barker is just biting the skin off of his opponent. I'm still kind of caught up in that kiss. Well, there was more contact with Barker and Sawyer, although that one was not intentional. Down goes Barker. Drop to his stomach. Stuck in the pig pen. Zay and Vic rock Barker. And Zay is fired up. And all of a sudden the young boys are back in. Here's a chop. And they're eating a plate of them, courtesy of Big Zay Garcia. Out on the outside, it's Nico Pop still watching on. Have his young boys hit enough. A running knee into an STO. But then out goes Billy. Knee down goes Josh. And this is just a wild fury and flurry of action here at Wild Zero. Where else? As a big forearm catches the man, and down. Wait a second, this might be it. The young boys. They get it! Unbelievable win for the young boys. I'll tell you what, Nico Pop has to be happy with that one. Billy Rivers just jogged the young boys, picking up a huge win in four-way action. I will say this, and we forgot to mention it during our match. Nico Pop has invested, and he talks about being one of the best talent acquisition agents on the East Coast. This is not the only team that he has been trying to get under his wing. Starburst was contacted recently. And I have to wonder if there's a conflict of interest within the tag team division at Wild Zero. But for now, Nico Pop has gotten the pop for the young boys. Well, this music can, of course, only mean one man. You can see the name on the Videotron. It is time for the investment. Well, I'll tell you what, the name and the location and everything about Price is an ode, of course, to the Federal Reserve note. It is an ode to currency. But I will say this, he is not only pure gold in a way that describes his socioeconomic status, but he is pure gold when it comes to the professional wrestling acumen. That is Price. That is his specialty. This is not a hobby. This is not a weekend job. This is not a part-time gig. This isn't even a career. This is a lifestyle for the investment who is all in on himself. One of the great things about Wild Zero, and we talked about it in the open of our broadcast here tonight, is there is such versatility with this roster. And here is another one. Bear in mind who will make his Wild Zero debut tonight against a man who's kind of been here from the start of the Ground Zero, Wild Zero days in Price Pure Gold, but bear in mind has been all over the independent scene. He's been overseas as well. He is a guy that I think is a big challenger for Price Pure Gold, and I mean that in a couple of ways, because take a look at the biceps and take a look at the conditioning that Mind has. Certainly a fit opponent for the former Pan television champion, and of course that's just one of many belts that Price Pure Gold has won, because as Bear in Mind is honing his craft in other areas, Pure Gold has almost become, in a very short time, nearly an elder statesman of the state of New York. He's been in just about every territory, every promotion, if you will, as the bell has rung, and we are set our third match of the night, second exhibition, second match in a row for Chris Eagley, the referee, who's going to hopefully have an easier task with 2 instead of 8. And for the first time tonight, a collar and elbow tie-up. Into wrist control immediately goes Bear in Mind as he gets a wrist lock applied. Nice step out underneath into a waist lock here for Pure Gold. Reverse headlock, and Pure Gold is feeling it. Now we've got some good old-fashioned wrestling here to start, and we talked about it. That is part of Pure Gold's background. Bear in Mind certainly has those capabilities as well. We're going to continue. Here's a fireman's carry down his back. Goes Pure Gold swimming over the top and applying a bit of a lock there on that left arm. A bit of a chain hold there from Bear in Mind, who is stopped with a head scissors. Nice job from Pure Gold to pivot, center of the ring, using his hand to drive some more strength on that right thigh. And they're kind of raising himself a little bit, trying to quickly take some oxygen away. Nice rolling from Mind, and then he's able to reverse with the legs of Pure Gold pretzeled up. Now we've got a bit of a hold on Pure Gold. Right arm being tortured, and a smart move again. Wrestling acumen. Probably going to say it a handful of times in this match. Pure Gold realizes the second, and he didn't want to go for the rope right away. He didn't want to let go of the contact, even though he was on the defensive side, because as we've seen early on, Price has the ability to outmaneuver the maneuvers that are done to him. But the second he started feeling a bit threatened, he was right by the rope, quickly was able to get the rope break, and now as the two are back connected in the ring, a couple of waist slots, make it 2, make it 3, make it 4, maybe even back and forth they go. Pure Gold back to the rope, good job, he holds off, running, and an atomic drop, facing, bear in mind, he stomps on the foot of Pure Gold, and then shoves him down. Price to the mat again. Oh, and a big, that was, I mean, it is big, but bear in mind, quickly just almost used Price Pure Gold's left knee as a stepping ladder, only to drive a rung down and through the rest of him. And Mind, just like that, has quickly found a body limb to target. It is the left leg of Pure Gold, who is trying to pivot his way away. We talked about the rope break Price used earlier. This time not nearly as close. He used his right leg, tried to get a couple of stomps in, and stopped, and rolling over the top of him is Bear in Mind. Again, his Wild Zero debut, trying to defeat Price Pure Gold, who is looking to return to the win column here in this promotion. Pure Gold hobbles over to the corner. Big chop to the chest. You could hear that one. Pure Gold feeling it. And again. Some members of the crowd asking for one more, and bear in mind, being introduced to this audience thinking, why not oblige? Pure Gold on pure defense right now. There's an Irish whip, reversal from Price, looks over the top. He'll be stopped, as was Mind, comes off the rope. Pure Gold able to capture him on the shoulders of the investment, and he will be reversed into the corner. Nice up and over from Pure Gold. Drop down, quarter roll through him by Mind. Pure Gold comes back, and a single leg drop kick down into the corner goes Mind as the tide begins to turn in the favor of the investment. But Pure Gold maybe taking a bit too much time. Oh, maybe not. He's able to get that clothesline off in the corner, but you can see him sort of shaking out that left leg. And that's the thing, folks. I mean, the second it gets targeted, you end up getting hit the wrong way one time as another clothesline comes in for Pure Gold, but you're short-handed the rest of the match, essentially. Pure Gold showing some strength, though, and a big backbreaker, but it was on the right leg. Pure Gold made sure to have Mind hit the right leg. Is it enough? No, not even close. A count of 1. And then even right there after the count, Pure Gold is really nursing that left side. But again, it was why when he knew to drive the backbreaker down to apply pressure on that right leg. If you're Bear in Mind, you might have to wait. Could be a chop coming, maybe a receipt from Pure Gold. Let's see. Oh, certainly is. Pure Gold saying he didn't like that one. I think there's more coming. Oof. That was almost an act of laser surgery to the chest hair of Bear in Mind. Clothesline, again, clubbing near the throat of Mind, who's now going to go for an up and over, and Price was able to telegraph it. He answers the phone, and a knee down into the face. Oh, wait a minute. Price thinking, cha-ching, is this over? No, it stopped, rolling through him, and back. Uh-oh, watch out, the leg of Pure Gold being attacked again by Mind. What is he thinking? Maybe figure 4, maybe not. As Pure Gold is able to kick him off. Running, thinking clothesline instead. It is a backslide. Pure Gold, shoulders are on the mat. 1, 2, could be a quick one, and Price is able to get out of it, and then a chop. Over the hand, clubbing blow to respond. Price gives it back. Baron returns the favor. And then Price using a boot. Half Nelson applied, and it was broken up by Bear in Mind. He's got Price back. Here is Mind. Has Price up. Quick reversal. Oh, into a small package. Pure Gold nearly had him. Puregold nearly able to cash his check, and instead he may have to call somebody. He may be out cold. Spine buster, and his head rocked off the ground. Now into a Cloverleaf. Submission hold is applied by Bear in Mind. Bryce Puregold is close to the ropes. Mind realizing that he's able to take a step or two back toward the ring. He does it again. Bryce Puregold, I thought he brought his hand up. I thought Puregold was going to tap. I thought he was that close. Puregold gets his hand on the rope though, and Bear in Mind forced to relinquish the submission. Bryce getting up. Mind measuring him over the top though. Mind goes out but stays on the apron. Puregold was hoping to send him flush to the outside, unable to do so as he gets clipped. Back to the center goes Puregold, to the skies goes Mind, and he got caught. That was a modified enziguri from Puregold, who brings Bear in Mind off of the turnbuckle, and he's going to give weight under the leg that is already being handcuffed tonight. And Mind trying to capitalize a back suplex. Down goes Puregold. That's a move Price can normally pull off. Oh wait, here's the reversal. Price thinking cha-ching. Maybe not. Maybe in fact. Oh my goodness. Somebody look in the back. I think Bear in Mind's head went flying. As the Pixies would say, where is my mind? Puregold striking an incredible win here on Violently Happy. Well, what a match between these two. I think tonight we've so far in 3 matches seen high flying, you've seen tag team chaos, and you've seen wrestling technicians. Bryce Puregold able to survive that one to jump back in the win column here at Wild Zero. A great win for the investment. Well, listen to that pop. Starburst back in tag team action here at Wild Zero. They have had a run, but perhaps their run could be ending on a fall. Former Ground Zero tag team champions, in fact, the first Ground Zero tag team champions, semi-finalists at the Dunn and Marcos Cup last year. And you know what? They didn't win the tournament, but at the end of the day, you left the weekend with gold. You're probably feeling pretty good about yourselves. But they have recently lost those championships over to Prime Time at Ground Zero, and here in Wild Zero, they have quite the challenge coming for them. Well, the management team here at Wild Zero sparing no expenses to make sure that Starburst have their work cut out for them. This is the team, and it's probably an unfamiliar team to those that are exclusively watching the Wild Zero programming. These are the best bros. The young lady in the ring is Maya Saruga, and the Indian gentleman, the tall man, that is Balian Akeem. These two have been all over the world. Saruga has been in the ring with some greats over in Japan, and including very familiar names to the Western audience, such as Io Sky, and Aki, certainly not unfamiliar with North American soil as well. He's even competed at All Elite Wrestling. He's picked up wins in AEW. These two have made a name for themselves on the independent circuit, and they're doing so in an unorthodox way. And speaking of unorthodox, it's a 2-on-2 tag match where we have a third team out here. The Young Boys, who were victorious earlier in the night, joined by Nico Pop. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast that Nico Pop had made a call, apparently several trying to get through to Starburst to acquire that. Kenny Starr asking the fans if tickets are still on sale. I think they are not fond of Pop and the Young Boys being here. All right, well, either way, you have to hope if you're Starburst, and for what it's worth, I think even the best bros as well just try to avoid the outside noise as it starts with a knee into the stomach of Aki. The bell has rung, Irish whip, and off the rope going flying is Keenan Moore. A nice Hurricane Rana connects for the Tasty Boy as he takes the legs out from Bali and Aki. In comes Kenny Starr, and a plentiful amount of hits and connections for Starburst. We have to watch out behind him. Oh, over the top rope goes Moore. He's taken out by Saruga. Out by Aki, double down. Coming back is Kenny Starr. There's a double drop down ending to the crossbody. Starr is able to deflect that one off. Aki, not so much size from Bali and Aki. And Aki allowing Saruga to go flying. Saruga, like an airplane coming down to the ground, and she sticks the landing right into the ribs of Kenny Starr. Best Bros, and oh wait a minute, Keenan Moore ruining. That was the shot for the fans, and there he gets chopped off the apron. Best Bros, there's Keenan Moore trying to ruin a Kodak moment in the city that the camera was founded in. Meanwhile, in the ring, Starr, Kenny Starr that is, being taken out by Bali and Aki, who's going to slip to the outside now. They're going to help Maya Saruga. These two are all over. I'll tell you another thing they do a great job of, especially Saruga, is just getting their content out there. If you look up these two's names on YouTube, you'll find so much from so many promotions that they've been a part of. It's one of the great things with independent wrestling is you at times are your own agent, and the Best Bros have certainly done a great job of representing themselves. Meanwhile, speaking of, as Keenan Moore is going to feel it on the outside, big chop. Well, Saruga hurt herself doing that. I think Saruga being asked to hold back. Keenan's got to get out of there. Oh, man, what a chop. Bali and Aki, I think he almost maybe felt that a little bit. And he started there to jab Aki. Oh, we were talking about, again, being the best agents for yourself. Well, Nico Pop on the outside, on the opposite end, watching this match very carefully with the Young Boys. And I hate to say it, I think Nico Pop probably doesn't need to be here to get the kind of pop that we saw Starburst get, the kind of pop that the Young Bros got, as it is Saruga biting the wrist off of Kenny Starr. Action staying on the outside. Referee Dane Johnson trying to restore order. He's struggling to do so as a game of tag is being played by Kenny Starr and Saruga, and cutting it off is a key. Down goes Star, and Starburst not feeling too juicy right now. And what I was going to say a moment ago is, I don't want to give Nico Pop credit on the other side, but as you see standing to his left and right, Billy Rivers and Just Josh, these guys just won a big 8-man tag match earlier as Keenan is feeling it now. Keenan being treated like a punching bag. Mortal Kombat style combo connecting for Saruga. Is there a chance to finish him? Best Bros getting back on the apron. And there it is. We get the photo now that we've been waiting for. Keenan Moore unable to interrupt it this time, but he did get a little too much time to recover perhaps, and down goes a key. Moore took him out, and Moore is thinking about flying. Tope Suicida. Moore connects. And again, the young boys watching on the outside as a big knee goes into the back of a key. Into the turnbuckle he goes head first and trying to maybe get back into the ring for some sustained tag team wrestling for the first time in this match. Really for the first time all night. Earlier we had that crazy, chaotic tag team four-way tag match, but now it is Starburst. Saruga nowhere to be found. She's just now trying to recover on the far side of the ring as the squared circle is being cut off and a key basically being put on an island, but he's going to try and chop his way out to the waters again. And there is Kenny starting to stop him. A key responding. What a chop. Star going to give it to him though. I think Bali and Aki maybe surprised a little bit at how heavy Kenny Star can give it. And he's taking it too. Oh, and he certainly did there. Man, they are going. And Star is done with chops. Overhand rights, and then he got kicked in the leg. That brought him down a notch. And a key winds up big right hand. Treated Kenny's head like it was a baseball, as if there was a bat in the hand of a key. And now our referee Dane's got to stop that. Raking the eyes of a key is Star, and Keenan Moore loves it in the corner of Starburst. Stomping the mud hole down. Here is Kenny. Just all kinds of pressure on a key. Again, tag team wrestling here. We've got a little more for you coming up in the second half of our show. High Seas we talked about, and High Seas, by the way, they were able to take out Starburst in that Dunn and Marcos Cup last year. High Seas will be in action later tonight. This is Wild Zero, Violently Happy, Spinebuster, and Not So Happy are the Best Bros. Could be a big win for Starburst, too. Kicking out is a key. It's tough to say. Who is, you typically want to give an underdog and then you want to give a favorite. I really don't know, because I think just based on resume, it's hard to not say the Best Bros are the favorites. But you look at the last year, Starburst has had an incredible run. A key with a big super kick as he catches the chin of Kenny. And a key now loading up in the corner. Big boot out. And a key dropping down to 2 knees. Does he elect to make a tag? He does. In comes Maya Saruga. And instead of going right in, she's going to go right up. Top rope. Saruga looking big crossbody. Flying down on Star. Crowd is behind the Best Bros. Saruga. You thinking suplex? Saruga gonna try, and oh man, you gotta look at all the size. Maya Saruga is giving up to Kenny Star. Kenny picks her up. Over. Here's Saruga all of a sudden. Wait a minute. Sleeper hold. Sleeper hold applied in the ring. And Kenny is not close enough to tag Keenan. Kenny might go out. Kenny might go out on his feet. Saruga maybe calling for a nap time early. A rain check for Starburst perhaps, but Kenny Star able to back himself up into the corner, and that is allowing the separation from Maya Saruga as Kenny goes back after. What a slip and drop. And Saruga thinking pin. Kenny thinking no chance. Oh my. Yeah, Saruga. What did she end up doing? I don't know how she caught Kenny there, but rolls him one. Never mind a senton. She was thinking pin, but Kenny is stopped. Keenan knocked to the outside as Aki was jumping back in to provide a seismic shift. And boy, is it ever. Aki now the legal man, tagged in by Saruga. Scoop and not slamming. Kenny knocked down, boots to the back. Now he gets slammed. Back first onto the knee. That could be it. 2. Oh, and Keenan Moore. Good job. He had to really do 2 tasks there. Side swipe Saruga and then get in and break the count up by 3 because I'll tell you what, Kenny Starr was on Dream Street. He was not getting up, but he gets drugged to the corner and then tag in. Keenan Moore tagging himself, trying to drop a key, and he does. What strength from Keenan Moore, the tasty boy, looking for a delicious win. 2, and Aki's able to get the shoulder up. Moore is saying and insistent that that was the win, but he's going to look to get some help now from his tag team partner. He's up, and a pair of super kicks. Both sides of the jaw of Aki. Nothing to give. 1, 2. Oh my, Saruga was able to get in. Maya Saruga keeping her best bro alive. And Saruga, tell you what, it doesn't matter the size of the opponent. She's willing to try and knock down all pillars. Saruga firing away, but unfazed, at least it appears to be our Starburst. And Saruga running out of gas. This is not good. Polly and Aki is still not recovered. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Saruga all of a sudden found a little more oomph behind those strikes. Oh, wait a minute. And Aki picks up Saruga. Looks like a high school pool party. Saruga on top of the shoulders of Aki. A kick, a kick, a kick, a kick. Another one, another one. And Saruga is going nuts thanks to Aki. Best bros on fire. What is this? They got him up. Could it be? They were thinking double choke slam. Aki thrown off the rope. Saruga comes back. They take down Starburst. Keenan Moore is up. Could we get a super choke slam? Yes, we do. Moore. Down he goes. Saruga follows with a Saruga salt. 2. Kenny Starr. How did he break that up? This keeps going. Right hands over the top by Aki. Kenny ducks from underneath him. Catches the boot onto the chin. Quick into a pinfall. Does Starburst have it? Oh, did they get it? That was 3. Was it 3? No. Referee Dane holds up 2 fingers. I thought Starburst had the win. I thought Aki's shoulders were down for 3. They weren't. Saruga making sure that Keenan Moore can't help. Kenny gets taken down. Uranagi, he's planted. Keenan Moore is the lone person to try and help, and he can't do it. Lifting him up and taking him down is Saruga. Starburst look like brothers in arms right now with the best throws. Unbelievable! Victorious in Wild Zero. What a win. Maya Saruga, Bali and Aki. What a win. I mean, what a match. What an incredible tag team bout as Aki then had some words for the young boys. And wait a minute, do I see a mic in the hand of Nico Pop? We're not going to have to hear from him again tonight, are we? Some love being shown to the Wild Zero faithful here at the Harmony House in Webster, New York. The best grows victorious as they continue to sweep the states. Nationwide success for these two individuals. And sometimes two is better than one. A unique, dynamic tag team. I think Vince McMahon thankfully took the mic away from Nico Pop. And with that, we're going to send you to an intermission. We are going to be back with more. Wild Zero, Violently Happy rolls on in just a few minutes. Getting the second half of our show here kicked off in a big way. Well, you know the nickname for Chael Connors, the Experience, and I would say that you could modify that to the Experience, because Connors has been all over. We've seen him in Empire State Wrestling. He's wrestled in Ground Zero. Obviously, he's actually Ground Zero champion. Wild Zero, he was so close to being the inaugural champion for Flex Wrestling. He is earning his stripes. Well, if you pick up on the subtleties, even just watching how Groff slid up onto the apron before bringing himself up here, what that tells you, and it's important to note right now before we get into this six-person scramble, is Groff, his size is going to be what sticks out to you first, right? And you're going to think he's got that heavyweight energy, and he does, but his cardio is amazing for someone of his size, and he can go with anybody. Speaking of earning your stripes, I was saying this about Chael. There was a while there where Colt Allen was a specialty wrestler in tag matches. You saw him do a lot with previously Dick Justice and company, and Colt has really taken to a singles circuit in his independent wrestling journey. Now, he's still wrestled in some tag team matches, recently did one in Flex, but he has gotten more comfortable in his own skin and is showing some tremendous progress as an individual. It's a great test for him at this point in his career. He knows that in tag team and in numbers, there certainly is strength, but there's also that opportunity and that desire to want to prove yourself. Well, Rochester, known as a blue-collar fighting town, so too is the city of Philadelphia, and that is where Tom LaRosa enters the ring from. Is LaRosa staring around some competition? I almost wonder if there's going to be a bit of a challenge for some of the other competitors in this ring that have seen each other across the state, whereas LaRosa, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's his first time in New York, but he's a little... comes from a bit of a different circuit, and there could be a scouting report that's perhaps somewhat unfamiliar. Well, I think Charlie Locke is a feel-good story, and as he enters the ring, Charlie back in wrestling, a multi-year hiatus from the sport. He wanted to focus on his family. He wanted to focus on being a father. But there is something about wrestling. It has a value like no other. It is, in some ways, one of those drugs that's just hard to quit. And Locke returns. He's recently returned. He had to overcome an injury. And I'll tell you what, injuries always a part of the game when this next gentleman steps through. Well, I say that injuries are part of it because I can tell you from firsthand experience, nobody gets in the ring with the young Lion of the West, Matic, and leaves unharmed, unscathed. We'll say some can leave victorious. But that's besides the point here. And Matic, look, to his credit, I've had my problems with him. I don't know that we're done just yet. You know, for the aspect of keeping professionalism intact, I will say you have to respect this guy. He's a veteran of the ring, young Lion of the West, but currently, and quite a bit of years on that Lion's tail. 585 in the back of Matic, of course, representative of the area code of Rochester. He can be argued as a Flower City favorite, recently becoming the Mud Creek Stampede Battle Royale champion. As these scramble matches are something that I think Matic kind of thrives in, which is sort of surprising to me. Oh, well, there he is. Okay, yeah, so much for being from Rochester. I'm sure they love him for that. And immediately, this ring turns into 3 one-on-ones. So, Matic, LaRosa, Groff, all going after their opponents. Locke, Connors, and Allen, who all respond, and a couple remain unscathed. And Joe Connors ended up as the lone one in the ring that was, I guess, one of the good guys. And I think he realizes that. Oh, here comes Connors, thinking lethal injection already. He gets caught and flips, but lands on his feet. Connors, a tough, unenviable 2-on-1 task right now, but he's going to try and do the work. He throws Matic into Groff. And Connors striking down Groff. Groff thrown into one buckle. Connors attacks Matic in the other. Drives all of his weight into Groff. Tries the same for Matic, who stops him to the second rope. goes to the young lion of the West. He gets caught. Also, the leader of the Edge of Hope is Maddox, who normally numbers are a favorite for him. Nobody to really help him here. Oh, wait a minute. Groff into the... Oh my gosh, and again, and again, and again. I hope that Groff's mouth is not like Maddox right now. Oh my goodness. Well, Maddox, he's going to have to recover in the corner, and Groff, I think, thought he had an opportunity in this match. He was one of the favorites in terms of his strength, but I think he dropped the ball. Oh, wait a minute, and speaking of, there was Connors going after him. LaRosa thinking it too. And I think Maddox is tired of that as he's able to count his lucky stars. Oh, wait a minute, Maddox not out of there just yet. Oh, man, putting a boot up is LaRosa at the expense of Maddox. Big kick to the side of the head of Connors. Connors gets up. Connors gets taken down. I don't know if Maddox going to be getting up anytime soon. Meanwhile, Charlie Locke trying to steal one. The arms hooked, crucifix pin. Locke goes off the rope. LaRosa watches. Locke duck underneath into another pinfall. Another 2 count as Charlie Locke, again, recently returned to the squared circle, looking for what a win like this could do for him. Oh, wait a minute. Here goes Charlie Locke. Oh, and are you kidding me? Maddox is stuck. Oh, and a big kick to the side of the head. Well, finally it was a different head for Maddox, who absorbed about a dozen blows below. Locke is keeping it on lock. Groff back in the ring. Locke ducks out from underneath him. Groff is the one that actually recently injured Charlie Locke, kept him on the shelf for a couple of months. So you think Charlie doesn't have some intentions of revenge on his mind here? But Groff looking to put him right back on the injured list as he knocks down Charlie Locke. Connors is back in the ring, flings himself toward Groff, and Connors goes into the beanbag of... Is Maddox crying? I think he is. I can't even call the match. I'm just hearing Maddox is crying away, and I mean, can you blame him? I don't think any man could. Colt Allen, meanwhile, thinking a fresh set of downs as he shoulder tackles Groff. Allen gonna fly at Maddox. Maddox with a kick to keep the leg up. Oh my goodness, and what a drop kick! Who would have thought? And I think Maddox will... I'll tell you what, that is incredible athleticism from Maddox. I wonder if as he came down, he had maybe, I mean, those things might be tucked up in there at this point. If I were him, I probably would as a safety precaution. Connors is waiting. Turns Maddox around. Cutter! And down goes Maddox. Rolling to the outside. I almost forgot, I mean, he's been more than anything a fifth ring post in this match. I don't know if he's been as hard as the other four. I just mean that in terms of how hard it is to hit him. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Colt Allen driving his stomach into the stomach of Groff, and then LaRosa is there with a clothesline. All kinds of pandemonium here. 6-man scramble, one fall to a finish. And Groff, I'll tell you, the wrestlers have done a great job of keeping the larger gentleman at bay. There, Maddox tried to fit in. It didn't work. And Colt Allen's another one of the big dogs, but he's been allowed to keep flying around. LaRosa, speaking of it, he's spun out of control to the outside. Locke goes out as well. Connors eats a boot to the stomach. Goes Allen with a boot driven there from Groff, and he's over the top and out. It's not an over-the-top rope 6-man, just so everybody is aware. Again, this is a match that must end by a pinfall or a submission, as here comes Connors. What is that? Springs himself back for a super kick. Pele to try and take out Allen. Maddox coming after Connors, stops him, rolls over him. Connors coming back for Maddox, kicks him down. You would be hard-pressed to find a professional wrestler in as good of shape as Chael Connors, and he flies to the outside. Crossbody, 3 for the price of 1. Connors has been electric. Maddock looking out the corner of his eye. Everybody's getting up. Are you kidding me? Maddock flies out of the ring. Maddock underneath the top rope, and he cannonballs his way through the competition. They may already have at least a couple, my friend. Maddock getting back in the ring as he threw Connors there. Connors in a little do-si-do around Maddock, thinking lethal injection, and Maddock trying for a syringe-style move of his own. Instead, he's stopped. Connors gets blocked. This could not be good. A package pile driver. Connors laid out. 1, 2, and Colt Allen able to break it up. The Bald Eagle looking to win it for the States. Maddock stops him. He's got a couple stars of sorts on his tights, but Colt not seeing him as a friend, but rather a foe. Double arm DDT from the Bald Eagle. And rolling again to the outside as Maddock, his ring awareness is, I'll tell you what, for the minus the cluster you-know-what that he was involved in on that turnbuckle on the far side. Other than that, he's been smart in this match. I mean, anytime there's been a chance that there's been some harm, he's got himself out of the way. Meanwhile, Charlie Locke getting back in the ring, trying to pick the locker combination to win this 6-man. Does he have it here with a 2 count? No. Groff recovers and is able to break up the pin on Tom LaRosa. Groff now has Locke up. Drops him. And Locke not feeling good after that. Connors is back in. Connors is feeling good. Big kick to the side of Groff's head. Flying for a cutter is Connors, and he springs to his feet. Incredible. Can Connors provide the lethal injection? He does. Connors 1, 2. Jail Connors picks up another win. The Dubs keep stacking for the experience. Jail Connors feels like he's at a point now where he's expected to win his matches. He has just pulled off so many victories. And it's another one here in a 6-person scramble. Don't forget the Ground Zero champion, Jail Connors, is going to have his hands full with Rich Holiday coming up at the Aerial Arts of Rochester, Sunday, May 17th. Ground Zero, Chapter 10. But a win to certainly give him momentum going into his big title defense. Oh no. Things are about to pick up. The return of Sawyer and Parker. Well, you may have heard Chris say some explicatives that we won't repeat on the broadcast portion of the show, but clearly with intent to injure his opponent. He is the Wild Zero on-site champion, and this is a championship that's been held by so many people because of the lore behind just, you can challenge for it at any point, any given time. You can try and take advantage of an opponent. I don't know that Chris Worthless is the guy that everybody wants to challenge, but Carmelo Lee, one half of Prime Time, is up for the opportunity. Well, Carmelo Lee, I will say this about him, this is not new, being an underdog in a match, and Carmelo knew that ever since he was a little kid. He realized he was going to play the role of the underdog. He was going to be the undersized competitor. He knew that just about every single time he would get into a wrestling ring, it was going to be against somebody bigger. I don't know that you can prepare for this kind of difference. Maybe 2 or 3 inches, sure. Maybe 20, 30 pounds, hell, even 40, you could try it. There's probably a 200-plus pound difference and over half a foot, maybe even closer to a foot, between Chris Worthless and Carmelo Lee. We said we'd give you a little bit of everything tonight. Here's David versus Goliath. The bell rings. We are underway. And Worthless showing that he's ready. I'm surprised he hasn't just dogged Lee right away. I don't know if Carmelo is serious about trying to lock up with Chris Worthless, who's been a linchpin of the Gonjo division before. Oh, wait a minute. And how about this? The referee, I think somebody should be kicked out of here, as it was, who was that? Was that Barker, right? Yeah, Sawyer's on the other side of the ring. Harley Barker grabbed the legs of Carmelo Lee, who, as if he wasn't already fighting short-handed, he's got to deal with both of the guys on the outside. He's got the size disadvantage, and he's fighting a damn handicap match. But my goodness, Carmelo Lee is throwing in some forearms. He's got the upper hand early, then gets rolled literally across the ring, and Worthless swing and a miss. And then backed up into the corner, grabs the hair of Carmelo Lee. All this size advantage. Worthless still trying to cheat as he tried to serve a plate of chops. Arm drag reverse. Lee brought back into the corner, and he gets hit hard with an elbow. Irish whip. Carmelo Lee hammered into the turnbuckle. Boot up to the face of Worthless. Quickly to the top rope. Here goes Lee. Flies, lands on his feet. Quick turn. Comes back to Chris. Goes off the rope. Sawyer misses grabbing him. Other side. Up. Lee thinking he'll bob underneath him. This is going to have to be speed versus size. And Carmelo Lee almost sent Worthless over the top rope. Can he try again? He will. And he got Worthless out. He got Worthless off his feet. And make no mistake about the name, this would be a big ticket win, a worthwhile win for Carmelo Lee. And you can say it's Chris Worthless, but it would be a monumental loss for Worthless here. An upset as Lee trying to take advantage. Worthless hasn't recovered yet. And down goes Chris Worthless. I am super impressed by Carmelo Lee, which you always would be. Meanwhile, is Goonies trying to pick up Worthless, and it's going to be Lee over the top rope. He takes out all three. Carmelo Lee is feeling it here at the Harmony House. He flies into Worthless. Oh no. Worthless picks him up. Into the barricade. Lee. Talk about a change in momentum. Carmelo Lee just got flung into the barricade like he was a lawn dart. And now Worthless will get in the ring. And again, echoing his sentiments that he expressed during his entrance about wanting to, and I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but break the back of Carmelo Lee. And Melo, so young into his career. He's already had some incredible opportunities. You'd love to see this continue. And you got a guy like Worthless here who just has no regard for the health and the well-being of wrestlers. Yes, you're trying to beat your opponent. There's one thing to beat an opponent, guys, and it's another to try and sit there and flat out say, I'm trying to hurt him. I'm trying to break his back. Somebody breaks their back in professional wrestling, it could be career-ending. There is so much left to fight for in the career of Carmelo Lee, and Worthless is trying to put the final page in his story tonight. Oh. Grimacing chop as Lee goes flat to his back. Carmelo Lee, oh man. Lee beating on his chest saying, you're not going to be the only one that hits me. He's willing to do it. Oh man, and a big knee. And Lee is looking up to the heavens at the Harmony House as he gets brought up again. Buckle bomb. I'll tell you what, I mean, it's almost hard. Like, you get excited in broadcasting, you get excited watching these matches. This one's hard to do that with. The kind of pain that Lee is getting put through right now, it's just, I don't know, it's uncomfortable. And it feels even more so when you know what Worthless' goal was. He's got a knee on the throat of Lee. And I cannot believe Carmelo Lee didn't kick out, that he did kick out. I guess he's lucky he did, because the flow of oxygen was about to be cut off, and possibly permanently, for Chris Worthless, and somehow Carmelo Lee showing there's still a dog in the fight. He goes off the rope, and he gets absolutely leveled. His body in the ring, but his soul possibly a couple rows back. Worthless putting all of it into that lariat, and now stomping him on the other side. Chris Worthless, I don't know if he was looking, was he asking for ants? Is he looking at Mello? No doubt he has family that have supported him. I don't know if he's got some family here that Chris is just trying to add insult to injury. Chokes Mello back to his feet. Carmelo, you got to get out of there. And he does. Oh, that was a modified stunner, maybe almost like an Osaka street cutter from Carmelo Lee to be able to get off the grip of Chris Worthless. Rolls in. Mello gets caught. Oh no. Backbreaker. Well, that's got to be it. Mello not going to be able to. Oh wow, he kicked. Carmelo Lee got the shoulder up. Are you kidding me? Mello is, I don't know, I'd almost select if I'm him to maybe forfeit, as he's going to be brought up. This might be military press style. Chris Worthless dropped him on his knee. Oh my goodness, Worthless probably had him about 8, maybe even 9 feet in the air with his reach. And Mello is writhing in pain. I said it earlier, this is damn uncomfortable to watch. Chris just pin him. Fine. All right, he gets thrown to the outside. Let the count go. Referee Chris Eagley just count him out. At this point, Sawyer and Barker are not letting it go. What is this? Barker hammering away. What is going on here? Chris should be disqualified right now. This is ridiculous. If there were a mercy rule in wrestling, now would be the time to use it. Oh, and a big slap. Mello somehow responding to that. You realize these slaps, any of you watch those power slap competitions, these can be knockout blows. Somehow Mello is responding to that. Big clothesline, and I don't know that he's responding to that. Worthless torqued his body, put it in almost a 90 degree, and then came back full throttle, just clubbing Mello, who gets tossed over the top rope like a bag of trash. I think what Carmelo Lee needs to understand right now is you already have your pride. You stepped up to the challenge. There's no reason to keep going. Pile driver to the outside. Oh, no. Oh, man. Pile driver from Chris. Worthless, and that's going to be it. I think there was a, yeah, is this a ref stoppage? Chris Eagley saying the match is over. Well, the match is over. Okay, the referee has ended the match. The match is over. We haven't gotten the announcement yet from Vince McMahon. What is going on here? Chris, leave him the hell alone. Dexter Sawyer, Harley Barker involved. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is a damn mess here. Carmelo Lee did all he could to keep fighting. These guys are torturing the living daylights out of this kid. Head first into the ring post. Are you freaking kidding me? Somebody's got to get out here to restore order. We've got two referees that can't do it because you've got three behemoths. Somebody yelled, he's just a boy. And that's not meant to be a diminishing comment. Get these guys the hell out of here. Get them out of this venue. Get them home. Yeah, Chris, I hope you're happy you won. You had a 200-pound advantage, and now here comes Saint. Here comes Saint, flying up and going out after his opponents. Saint, one half of the Ground Zero Tag Team Champions with Carmelo Lee. Saint with a chair. Sawyer gets cracked. And Mello being brought up by his tag team partner. These guys have been like brothers. And thank goodness for Saint, because we run on prime time, the Ground Zero Tag Team Champions. And I'll tell you what, and here's the thing. Saint was not, he wasn't even expected to compete tonight. He's not on the card. For all I know, we have no idea where in the building he may have even been. And Mello putting a thumb up, somehow signaling to the crowd he's okay. I can't believe it, but thank God for Saint coming down from essentially the heavens to stop Worthless from nearly ending the career of his tag team partner. I don't know how we're going to regain composure after that match, but we have to. this is the production that are in the ring now. It is our pre-main event. And the production will be going up against quite a productive tag team, quite a successful tag team. One of the most well-known teams here on the Flower City circuit. Cloudy, the captain Nick Ando, the Dunn and Marcos Cup winners, High Seas. And they try to ride the tidal wave of momentum here, looking to get a win over Katie Arquette and Derek Dillinger. This is the second intergender tag team we've seen featured on tonight's card. Best Bros had success earlier in the evening. Will the production have the same? Apparently there might be a venereal disease that is going around.
All right.
Hold those titles up, referee.
Their jackets.
To my right, coming to you live from the set in Pittsburgh, PA.
Take two here on Chintz. Okay, well, they are the production, so they've got. Well, you know, it's pretty interesting that it's straight from the set of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't really know that that's. I have not heard the phrase, if you can make it in Pittsburgh, you can make it anywhere. But whatever, take two. I'll tell you what, it's hard for actresses to get anything in 2 takes. Actors as well. Good on Chintz. You could end up being on the set all day doing retake after retake. She is a true professional. Well, the High Seas do not have tag team titles, but make no mistake about it, that is gold that they were holding up. And the only way to try and get back into the hunt for championships is by having an opportunity in nights like this. Same thing for the production. Look, they're coming out of the Steel City. There's an opportunity for them to try and maybe jump onto the scene here. Maybe there's fans that aren't as familiar with their work. And this is a big match serving as a pre-main event. Again, pre-main event, we talk about championships. All right, well, referee Dana listening to the action cue from Katie Arquette. Now, what is Derek Dillinger? I don't think he's getting the laugh track or applause that his cue cards were telling the audience to usher in.
Let me show you a little something. You see this? We're not ready.
Oh, and look at Nick Ando. Some acting you can't teach. And now Ando is encouraging Dillinger to attempt the same move. Does Dillinger not know that you're not supposed to talk to the live audience on the set? All right, well, apparently you're also not to... Dillinger is breaking the fourth wall right now. Dillinger apparently handing notes to Ando in the back. I'm not sure if he got the script while his makeup was being done, or was that Dillinger? He's told he uses the same makeup designer as Katie Arquette. We've got another cue here. And Arquette with a slap to the captain. Looks for a boot. Ando says no. Ando with an atomic drop. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that doesn't exactly work on... all right. Anyway. All right, well, yeah, I mean, that atomic drop did work. Okay, I'm a little confused here. Let's just get the match going. Turnbuckle to turnbuckle goes Arquette as Ando trying to get back and out of the Hollywood Hills into the Rochester ring scene right now as we get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Although we wouldn't mind reruns of the production taking a loss to High Seas here tonight. Big knee to Arquette. Ando with another thudding knee. Arquette, the reverse Irish whip. Ando goes over top. Pinfall 2. And it is Katie Arquette able to get out of it. Can't imagine she's related to David, but if so, she's got some world champion pedigree in her background. Over the top. Missing is Arquette. Another atomic drop. That is not a good feeling if you are Arquette, as Cloudy is going to get tagged in. Cloudy and Ando team up to send Arquette. Double elbow to her face. She's brought back up. Arquette thrown again. Double shoulder tackle. I thought she was thinking reversal. She's going to be stopped. Uh-oh. What are they thinking here? Quick twirl. Cutting. What's going on? Oh! Well, I don't know if that was is this an X-rated production? It certainly may. As Dillinger taking the 7-10 splits. Yeah, I don't know that Cloudy and Ando are quite the Hollywood actors. I don't think while they're on the seas they get an opportunity to watch too many movies.
Guys, that's not funny.
Dillinger getting into the ring now. He is the legal man. Quite a size advantage on Cloudy. Elbow to the back. And that'll send Cloudy into the turnbuckle. Here comes Dillinger. Cloudy with a reversal to the middle rope. He goes. Hurricane Rana connects for Cloudy. Big kick up top. Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about it. You know, Cloudy and Ando may not win any Emmy Awards, but they've certainly earned their fair share of accolades in the wrestling world. They've been a tag team in this side of the States for a long time. They've also had some pretty prolific matches. Cloudy earlier in his career, and I don't know if he'll have many in front of him after a big senton with a thud of weight on top of Cloudy, was able to kick out after Dillinger sentoned on him. Arquette tagged back in, gets the pin, and then she'll follow that with a series of right hands. From the mounted position, Arquette forced to back off by referee Dane. Is Arquette telling Cloudy to start struggling? Well, they truly do have the production here. It was looked like a camel clutch was going to be attempted. Maybe not. Arquette just presses down there on that spine of Cloudy. And I will say, smart move. You can tell she's watched, I don't know about her film studies, but Arquette certainly has done a little bit of tape watching in the wrestling world, because she did a good job of standing right in front of the captain, Nick Ando, while Cloudy was being attacked and trying to recover, just cutting off that side of the ring, not providing a direct lane to the tag team partner. That's a smart move, but she's got a submission hold applied. Good reversal, though, from Cloudy, and he's able to take her over the top. Northern Lights connects for Cloudy. And the tag is made. Ando gets in the same way that he got all the cheers at the start. Big clothesline, the second lariat. Arquette is down. Dillinger is in. Both of them now eating it. Ando rocking and rolling here. Off the rope he goes, but drop down. Oh, took him out. Dillinger doing a good job just throwing all his weight toward the ankles of Ando, who gets covered after by Arquette, the legal woman. Get to the back of Nick Ando from Katie. And Dillinger will be tagged in again. Big fan of the quick tags are the production. They've done a good job of making sure each doesn't spend too much time in the ring. That allows you to keep a fresh man at all times, as Ando is skirted from one side of the ring practically to the other.
You caused this, you little kid.
Oh no, and a kid now being blamed for Derek Dillinger not following the page.
All right. Sorry. Get away from me.
Dane is trying to encourage Dillinger to get off of him. Ando just eating it. Actually, it looked like Dillinger was more so eating it. That would have been an illegal move, but Cloudy was trying to get the attention of referee Dane to let him know about it, about the previous one, and that allowed the production to really take advantage. Again, here our pre-main event, Wild Zero, Violently Happy from the Harmony House in Webster, New York. The chops delivered from Arquette. Forearm to the back of Ando. He is really feeling it now. Oh, Ando with a good response, though. Make it two. Ando with a trio of punches, a quartet of them. And then he's dropped back, and off comes the bandana. And it goes to the hands of Dillinger. What is Dillinger thinking about doing? Oh. Well, Dillinger apparently looking to the costume designer in the back. Derek Ando, perhaps. Here comes Dillinger. Tagged in. Ando on the shoulders of Arquette, and a swinging neck breaker. Down he goes. Dillinger delivering that blow, and Ando in some discomfort right now. Is that a pinfall attempt? What is Dillinger doing? Oh no, he's got looks like a side headlock applied on Ando, who's really important right now is for Nick Ando to get one of his hands underneath that left bicep. Instead, he's going to go over the top and just start hitting some strikes. But Ando has got to create a pocket where he can breathe in there as he tries to bring himself back to his feet. Ando with some elbows to Dillinger, who responds, with a headbutt. Ando gets backed up into the wrong corner. Again, I'll give the production credit here. They've done a good job of hot tags, frequent tags, cutting the ring off. Cloudy has been a spectator to essentially a handicap match, although Ando trying to change those on. He got a boot up. Then he took Arquette down. An elbow, another one. Ando needs to free up some room for him, but Dillinger catches the left leg. Dillinger turns it. Oh, and Arquette rocks the captain's boat. Arquette again tagged back in. Quick, she'll cover. Hooks the leg for a count of two. Well, the production have been in full control of this match. You almost wondered if High Seas maybe took him for granted. I mean, the way this started out, it really was quite the production, right? The pageantry, if you will. And this team just did not look like a team that had the ability to get serious with all the cuts and the takes and the whatnot. They have certainly changed that narrative. Ando is stuck in the corner. but he did get an elbow up, and now he tries to get a boot. Again, it's caught by Dillinger. Oh, a poking of the eyes by Ando. Gets to the second rope, drop down over the top. He hit a bulldog. A modified variation of a bulldog to Dillinger. Both competitors are down. Cloudy yearning for a chance to be the legal man. He is not in minutes. Crowd is behind it. Chanting for Cloudy. Can Ando get there? He does. Cloudy is in. And just like that, he's picked up and he lands on his feet. Cloudy with a zigzag on Dillinger. Arquette gonna get caught by Cloudy. One half of high seas, and the waves are in favor of the team from the seas. Over, missing, tilt-a-whirl, DDT by Cloudy. Is that enough? 1, 2, Cloudy gonna store the cover, and he wasn't able to do so as the shoulder up at the last second by Derek Dillinger, 2 7/8. Ando being brought back in. Cloudy turning Dillinger into Ando. They have him up. Oh, no, Dillinger trying to fight off Cloudy. He does. Remember, Ando, I don't really know that he's entirely fresh right now. Ando just getting back in, and I don't know that he had maybe more than a minute to breathe. He's brought back into the match, and yet again the ring gets cut off. Perhaps an unwise decision from Cloudy to tag Nick Ando back in so soon. Over the top, Cloudy is taking down Arquette with a big hit, and now brings in, almost trying to monkey flip Dillinger over. This could be it, but diving down with a pair of feet to the back. A diving foot stomp, a coup de grace, if you will. Shades of Finn Balor, shades of low key, but it's all Cloudy right now. And Arquette knocks him down a peg. Boot to the side of the face. Here is Katie Arquette with a DDT. Cloudy landed right on the top of his skull. Cloudy in some trouble now. Arms twisted, elbows driven into his head. Arquette and Dillinger have been all systems go tonight. What is this? Cloudy is dropped. Cloudy is dropped, and he may be out of this one. Down to the outside goes Cloudy, and Nick Ando, far from fully recovered from the beating he's already suffered in this match. They may be thinking the same thing. Ando has got to dig into the reserves. Oh, he does. He ducks out away. I don't even know if he did that intentionally. That may have been pure exhaustion from the captain, Nick Ando, but it benefited him. And now the production get a little off script with one another. Ando throws Dillinger to the outskirts. And then Ando delivers a pair of boots right into the bush. Arquette is left alone in the ring. Her partner is out of commission. Ando realizing Cloudy may be back in. Dillinger looking, this could be setting up for a finish. Can they hit it? Ando trying to send Arquette into the cutter, and he did! That is it! That move has beaten so many teams before. Here they go. Oh, wait a minute. Is Arquette not legal? Dillinger trying to call cut. Oh my, boy did he crack Ando. And then Cloudy, who caught the scene setter off the rope. Dillinger breaks through a double line, then gets caught again. Big forearm from Cloudy. Size not mattering in that one. He'll eat an elbow. Dropping in the middle rope, however, is Dillinger. Thank you, Ando. 585. Dialing up the area code. Ando and Cloudy looking to call it. Can they get Dillinger up? And when they do, he must go down. Cloudy flies out at Arquette, takes out the other partner. The High Seas have won. The High Seas have done it. That, on paper, would not be an upset win. But when you look at how that match went, it sure as hell is a come-from-behind victory from a team that don't give up. Cloudy and Ando successful here on Wild Zero. Ando was able to call his action right there. That was perfect timing with the song, too. Well, while the celebration continues for High Seas in the Ring, we want to remind you that the summer continues for Wild Zero. This one of 5 dates from now through September, and that includes our next show, Cunning But Brutal, as Wild Zero will return to the Lux Bar Thursday, May 28th for an evening of high-octane professional wrestling. Basically, it's like a backyard setting there at Lux, and it was crazy when we were there last summer. So excited to return. So much should be in store. We can't wait. Obviously, matches will get announced as we approach that date closer. Hard to believe, but we are approaching that date closer. Don't forget May 17th, Ground Zero, Chapter 10 before then. But Cunning But Brutal at Lux Bar, the next show for Wild Zero, as we will send it back to Vince McMahon, going back into the ring for our main event tonight at Violently Happy.
Who's ready for the main event? All right, we've got one last contest for you tonight, but before we start, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you fans who showed up here tonight. Give me a round of applause for yourselves. And I'd also like to remind you that tickets for our next show on May 17th at the Rochester Aerial Arts Center are available at the merch booth in the corner. Get your ticket now to secure your seats. Anyway, as I was saying, who's ready for the main event? The following competition is set for one fall. Please join me in welcoming your competitors to the ring.
We mentioned 2 championship bouts tonight. We got things kicked off at the top of our broadcast with the NWF GL Penn Can Television Championship bout between Rise and Cazador Jr. We will end the night with the King of Zero Grand Prix. Cheech, an unbelievably charismatic individual. And it's funny, you know, Cheech has been wrestling now for just about 20 years. He looks like he's in the best shape of his life, and he only gets better. Cheech was so close earlier this year to winning the GCW World Championship from Atticus Cogar. Now he will look to try his luck with another wrestler who has been around the block.
Go Chiefs! Go Chiefs! Go Chiefs!
Here is the King of Zero Grand Prix holder.
The only doctor for professional wrestling.
You know, Anthony Green refers to himself as the alternative, but he has been very mainstream. He has wrestled in WWE. He has been on AEW shows. Anthony Green has been just about everywhere. He's wrestled in Japan. He is a guy that is well-ventured and also, like Cheech, just in phenomenal shape. And what else would you expect when you're talking about the King of Zero Grand Prix, which Anthony Green, that big, beautiful white belt, he's had in his possession for a year now.
So I guess Dr. Death doesn't.
As he gets ready to compete with Cheech. And when we talk about the shape, when we talk about the kind of specimen, you know, you go around the Wild Zero locker room and you ask, you know, what is the King of Zero Grand Prix all about? And I think there's a general consensus from this roster that this championship so often represents the peak of Wild Zero wrestling, the peak of being able to be a tactician, a technician, aerial. You need it all. As the crowd gets into it, bell has been rung. Here is our main event. And it starts with a collar and elbow tie-up, and immediately the challenger, Cheech, taking wrist control. It's then broken up, reversing inside out, and a wrist lock applied by Anthony Green. Nice quarter roll, Cheech back to his feet. He'll also apply one. That's his second of the match. Green trying to fight it off. Nice cartwheel to get that arm free. And wrangling in on that left arm of Cheech. Does a great job. I mean, it's just beautiful execution of these wrist holds, these wrist lock, wrist control as Cheech maintains it and now turns Green over, trying to get him on the backside. And now into almost hammer locked into a headlock to follow. Cheech staying glued to his opponent. Every time you look at Cheech, he's trying to do a new move. Now watch Green. He's going to do the same thing. Keeps him locked. Oh, wait a minute. We might have a quick main event here. Count of one. And just like that. This is pure professional wrestling. Cheech going to get to the rope. That will force a break. And for the first time since the collar and elbow, these two have to unlock from one another. Cheech backs up. Green waiting for a second. Green almost maybe trying to play possum there to get Cheech to maybe go after him. Green going to take a second on the rope. So important for each competitor. You look, I mean, even here right now, okay, collar and elbow tie up again, but the second or two leading into it, both guys sort of wiggling their fingers, trying to quickly see if there's something extra they can go for. Is there another hold? And believe me, they each know a bundle of them. So Cheech is able to get out from underneath the arms, and they snap and they're applied to Green, who quickly covets for that bottom rope, and Green will take a breather. Anthony Green with a PhD refers to himself as the only doctor in professional wrestling. He and Cheech have both, they share the same challenge of having a difficult time keeping track of their schedule every weekend. They are warriors. They're on the road. Different promotion every time, it seems. Different night, different match. Cheech ushering in a chicken chant, perhaps, here at the Harmony House. Main event tonight here at Violently Happy. 8th and final bout on the card. Green popping right in and then right out to reset the count for referee Dane Johnson. Cheech is encouraging the fan base to force Anthony Green to enter the ring, and so he does. Will Green exit again? Doesn't appear so right now.
Don't you get the ring.
Lock up. That's a test of strength. Not sure who would win this. They then just go shoulder to shoulder. Both, again, competitors just, they dedicate themselves to the gym, to their diet. Cheech then has his arm wrangled, thrown over to the other side. Oh, he's able to pop off the rope, come back, head scissor, take down by Cheech. And a nice leg sweep. Cheech thinking splash, he gets it. A 1 count. Nearly a 2. Oh, they say it was a 2. All right, close to Cheech being crowned the King of Zero as he drives the shoulder into the abdomen region of Green a couple of times. Green then reverses out the door, runs after him. Cheech over and up, arm drag, stays locked in. Cheech flips and floats over, gets both arms, turns him into a pin, center of the ring. Down to 2 for Cheech. Cheech is showing that close. Not to say the goal isn't to incapacitate your opponent, but with wrestlers like this, heavy emphasis on the term wrestlers, you can get away with what Cheech just did. Anthony Green looks for some sportsmanship. Again, I mean, what I say about that is, Cheech almost got the 3 count there. Anthony Green was far from overly fatigued. You look at him, he's breathing a little heavy right now, but he's okay. It's just a matter of, if you are smart with wrestling, you were able to, Green doing a little pose. Both guys are having their showmanship right now, but it was just a matter of Cheech understanding, it's getting your shoulders down to the mat for 3 seconds. There are times where you can do that. Think of another pinfall like a seatbelt, where you're in a position it is just impossible to kick out. Green was barely able to power out. Now Green is mocking Cheech. Cheech says, I did it better. Test the strength. Round 2. Cheech getting the better end of Green the last time. And now Green trying to sweep him out from underneath. Good job from Cheech to plant that front foot as he'll now try to twirl Green back. It's a tug of war. Cheech going down, Green going south. And now they're back to even. Cheech breaks the test of strength. Kicks the one hand out. Turns Irish whips Green into the far corner, top left of your screen. Then he's brought up. Cheech then turned onto the turnbuckles. Green locking that leg of Cheech. Frees himself. Oh, and Cheech was trying to reapply the knee pad, and Green with a bit of a cowardly maneuver, I think, especially with the way the match had been going. It was very much almost a gentleman's agreement to that point in the match where it felt like there was respectable, clean entry into the ring. Both gentlemen were going for those tests of strength. And so I think Cheech was under the belief that surely Anthony Green would allow him to readjust his knee pad. And then Green, speaking of, using the knees right there as Cheech was going for a move. Now drives the head into the abdomen just under the pec of Cheech, the challenger, in tonight's main event. And Green showing a different shade to his color palette here. Cheech is not feeling good in that midsection region. Green brings him up with a big chop. They'll send Cheech back some as the wind gets taken out of him into the corner. And Cheech thrown hard into the opposite side. That'll also drain the lungs. He's slowing it down right now, and this is almost a more methodical pace, I would say, if you will. Felt like Green was focused on the technical side of the match, as was Cheech early on. Now you're seeing an almost premeditated pace by Green, as if he knew that we were going to get to this point in the match, as if he knew he was going to be able to slow things down. Is that an elbow to the top of Cheech's forehead? He kicks out at 1. That's a dangerous spot because a couple months ago, earlier this year, dangerous laceration against, we mentioned Atticus Cogar at the GCW show in Rochester at Water City Music Hall. Cheech was busted wide open, and I think Green's the kind of guy that certainly did the tape study and was going after that previous cut. Meanwhile, Cheech now going to turn the tide back in his favor, but he sunset flipped, then dragging Green off the rope. Oh, and Green basically using Cheech's own thought against him. Green sprung off that middle rope, came back down with essentially a hammer fist to Cheech as he's going to take things to the outside on the challenger. Cheech looking to create some distance. Now Cheech put up on the ring post. Oh, Green missed him. Green missed. He was going for a chop to Cheech along the ring post, and Green's hand hit flush against that steel, and it does not give. Green trying to come back. Cheech responds. Hits a forearm. Breaks up the count. He's just going to throw Green back in anyhow. Here comes Cheech. Trying to take advantage, but a jawbreaker is going to put Green back in the driver's seat. And then he goes right after it. This is the thing with Green. Pick your spot and pick poison, if you will, whatever. He saw that he got the jawbreaker on Cheech. What does he do right after? He goes right back to the jaw, to that clavicle area, drives that knee into the face of Cheech, and then right there's a forearm. So now you're looking for what I'd call button shots, and this is the kind of move that, you know, you're 1 or 2 away. You start loosening up that jaw, you might be in a knockout zone. Cheech is going to get his head banged off that top turnbuckle. And Green walking over what was already a pre-existing pain point in this match, stomping over the stomach of Cheech. Green talking trash, and now a chin lock applied. Seated positioning for Cheech. Chin lock's got Cheech in some pain. He pops back up. Some strikes to the side from Cheech, and then he gets brought back down by Anthony Green. Again, the King of Zero Grand Prix title holder is Anthony Green. Cheech is trying to dethrone him tonight. A clothesline could help. A back elbow as well, followed by another clothesline. Cheech relying on the crowd to bring him back into the fight. Big splash. Fisherman suplex, a perfect plex. Hooked leg, 2, and he almost got him. That close to a new title holder. Cheech again, trying to drive and feed off the energy in this venue. He throws Anthony Green. Anthony Green reverses. Cheech pops himself back on his feet, driving Green headfirst into the turnbuckle, and now Cheech to the high rent district. He flies in a Hurricane Rana. Connects for Cheech. Clothesline. Green goes up and over. Cheech gonna follow. Crossbody. Oh, he missed it. Green back in the ring. Flies out. Cheech caught him. Stunned him on the middle rope. Cheech, this could be your opportunity. Springing himself back in. But wait a minute, did Green get a hold of Cheech, or did Cheech get him? Cheech got him. DDT, new champion. Dane's got his shoulders down too, and Green at the last second able to get that arm off the mat. Cheech, a fan favorite here in Rochester, but he gets bullied back into the corner. Green with the bandero out onto the apron, strikes Cheech back. Oh, these guys can both fly. Green thinks about it and hits right into a pinfall, and Cheech has to recover quickly. He sure did, but look at Green. He stays right with the challenger. Green not giving Cheech time to breathe. Down goes Cheech. Is it for the count? No! Cheech somehow able to get that left shoulder up. Incredible main event. Arms of Cheech are hooked. Cheech is needing to rely on that upper body strength to make sure Green can't turn him, and that's exactly, Anthony Green knows that. Only doctor in pro wrestling. Big knife edge chop. Cheech turns, gets wrist control. Gonna be thinking pump handle. Oh, he just flings Green. Not enough. So close for Cheech. Nearly dethroning Anthony Green. And Cheech got the near count. Now he's going to look for the finishing blow. Cheech has him up. Could this be it? No. Then Cheech gets turned inside out. Unprettier. Green using the ropes, and Cheech got dropped on his head. Cue balled. That's it. Oh my gosh. How in the hell did Cheech kick out of this? This is a main event you just don't want to see end, and both competitors are making sure that happens.
Shit.
Crowd has been in it from the start of the bell all night long. Green saying they want me, Cheech. Crowd showing their disapproval. Cheech retaliates. Clotheslines from both competitors. At the same time, in stereo, they're off the ropes. They both take each other out, and they both get right back up. The resiliency of these competitors, the clothesline. Cheech may have him. 2. Green is able to float over into a pin. Wait a minute. Cheech reverses. Oh my. I'll tell you what, that was impressive from Anthony Green to be able to turn and not only escape being pinned, but immediately go into a pin. At this point in a match, stamina is the name of the game as they chop one another from the floor, from the mat, from the canvas. They get seated. Cheech thuds Green. Now Green is getting to his knees. Cheech is there with him. Both trying to fight one another off. Oh, Green with a big chop, and then Cheech will erase some chest hairs with a couple of his own. Green responds with a forearm. Cheech, what was that? A discus chop? Off the rope he goes. Green meets him on the other side with a big forearm. Tilt-a-whirl. Flips him back. Cheech is down, but right back up. And then he's able to knock Green down to a knee and then drive one of his own into the face of Green, who almost got caught again. That could have been the finish from Cheech. Instead it's a 2, and Cheech is able to get out. My goodness, how are these two moving at this speed at this point in the match? Green almost called game on this move last time. He goes up top. Cheech stops him. Cheech has Green. Wait a minute, he caught him. He caught him with the knee. Green is down 2. We got a new King of Zero Grand Prix. Unbelievable. Wait a minute. Anthony Green is immediately trying to cut the music. Cheech is your winner, but Green's got a mic.
I don't really hate you, Cheech. Yes!
But I think it's necessary because I'm from Boston. Took me about 7 hours to get here, and wrestling for Wild Zero here in Western New York is just the most fun I have in pro wrestling. It's because of the guys that built the Rochester area. Cheech. Carly Delaney. Chloe effing Lee. A small mistake was made at the very end of this, and I'm going to correct it. So, ladies and gentlemen, your new Wild Zero, King of Zero, Grand Prix. Give it up, Rochester's own, Zeus.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Green You know, there were moments where it looked like he was having some tomfoolery, but nothing but respect at the end. Hold on, let's hear from Cheech.
Did you enjoy the show? Well, good. Let's not keep Wild Zero a secret. Tell your family. Tell your friends. We got a summer's worth of events coming up, and you got a new champion who's going to be on top of every single one of them. So on your way out, make sure to find out those dates, and I'll see you there.
Well, you heard it from Cheech, the new King of Zero Grand Prix title holder, and he plans to be on top for all of them. Fans, thank you so much for being a part of Wild Zero Violently Happy. I'm Andrew Mossbrooks. We will see you again at Cunning But Brutal Thursday, May 28th.